Good evening and welcome back to Survival Sealab. I'm Motorboatin. On today's episode, we're going to be doing the speedboat that I mentioned last episode, and then maybe doing a couple other things that'll help us explore our ocean. And we're going to try to map it out a little bit and figure out how much space we really have before we start trying to figure out what we want to do for a Sealab. So let's get into it and let's get going here. So the speedboat is a item that's added by Mariculture, one of our favorite mods for this. And all it requires is aluminum ingots, a cooling component, and a piece of glass pane. The cooling component is just wood and an iron ingot. I think we can use this Biomes of Plenty cherry wood, I'm sure. So 3 of those. I got some ingots in my inventory already. And, oh, we need a pane. That's right. Do I have panes made already? I do. How about that? Go figure. All right, so let's get this all down here. And, oh, we need that cooling component. So we need to do 1, 2, 3. Is that how it was? I think it's like this. I think it's being like a Y shape. Doesn't matter what Y shape you make, but there we go. Cooling component, and then aluminum cooling component with a glass window. Now these speedboats are great because they don't break. They're very, very fast. We'll get that in a second here. There's a couple other things I want to make to explore here. Do I have enough string, for instance? 5 pieces is not quite enough, unfortunately. I was hoping to make like a tape measure, but we can always just use the F3 debug screen in order to measure things out. It's gonna have to be a little more careful, but I'll have to make some careful notes of things as we go here. I really wanted to make a tape measure from extra utilities. There's no spiders around here or anything like that. I don't think I can really get wool and get string from. Oh, you have a see that? Oh, did you see that? It's really tough to see, but there is a Thumbcraft node right by the house here. Here it is, or a node. Yeah, it's right next to the house. We gotta take note of that. Oh, creeper exploded. And you'll notice that I was wearing gold armor here from my adventures looking for some aluminum. I managed to defeat a skeleton that had gold armor on, so we got that for ourselves. All right, so now we've got our speedboat made. Let's take it over here and lay it down in the water, and we will see what we can do here. So let's take a look. Let's open the debug menu here. Let's see what our X coordinate is here. Right now we're at X19Z2035. All right, so let's lay it down. And this thing is extra fast, so we're gonna head straight across this way. And yeah, it's very, very fast. So we're at X90. Yeah, even increasing. So we're along the X pane right now, going east and west, looks like. Let's take this all the way across and see how wide the whole thing is here. But now we're at X. We're almost close to 0x. That's pretty interesting. There's an island right over here. Have to be aware of that. Oh, sand island. We're getting to be more of a... All right, so I think we're approaching the shore here now. Now, one thing that I'm a little nervous about is that there was a mod pack update. I think a couple episodes I mentioned it. And sometimes when that happens, if it doesn't save my config file for my Biomes of Plenty that I've set up, it can create a lot of chunk errors for myself. And so far, we haven't had any yet. So we have 168, so we have about 200 feet across before we hit any kind of land. Let's head down this way and see how wide it can go here. We're at like 2035, I said, for the Y coordinate. Let's head down this way. We're going due north, sorry. Let's see. This is quite wide. And this thing is quite fast. Compared to the usual boats, this is very, very fast. The great part about this is that it doesn't get in a lot of loading errors, unfortunately. You have to bear with me for as chunk loading goes. It's kind of slow. Especially with Biomes of Plenty on, you get a lot of like slow loading here. All right, so we're hitting the edge of the water here, and it's getting very, very shallow now. So the usable portion of it, let's go back to the usable portions of it, because we want to find a really deep area to build our base in, and have a nice wide open area. Look out for the squids! I just ran over a squid with my speedboat. That's unfortunate for him. All right, let's head back north here, or set back south here rather. And as you can see, it's very deep here. You can see this goes down to maybe 30 feet down, 30 meters down. That's pretty good. I mean, we're not gonna have super tall buildings then though, because we want to keep them underwater by a large margin. There's like a crevasse down there. What is that? Let's we have to get underwater here soon too. That's another problem too, is I don't have like the means to really get all the way down. I mean, if we're gonna drown before we get all the way down in this area here. All right, let's head down to the south here, because now we're approaching we're seeing how far south we can go with this thing. Now this is where I think the chunk errors might come in, because if it's gonna cut off anything, it's gonna cut off the spots we haven't explored yet. And we've kind of explored those other areas. Oh man, look how much water there is here. All right, so we passed 2035 already. We're down to So we're almost 200 blocks in here. And we're still hitting water. Oh, this might be better to build out here because this is wide open. I mean, that's kind of what I want, is just a wide open area. Can I open my mini map here? Oh yeah, look at this. Just all water. So maybe this might be a good spot where we can build something cool. Someplace out here though, definitely. Let's over where this yellow stuff over here. Let's see if that's what the light is. Maybe it's like an underground, underwater ravine or something. Get rid of this map here. Oops, don't want to do that. Cancel. We hop out of the boat. Oh god. Our boat better not get away from us. There we go. It's parked. Okay, so it does look like there's lava down there. Just taking a look and see how far we can go down. I'm gonna wait till I get half my health, half my air gone, to see how deep we can get. Okay, we gotta get back up now. We got 42 of a depth. So that was 20 blocks down. Oh, we're gonna start dying here. Oh, make it. Oh god, okay, so I think next order of business we need to build some scuba gear or something that we can get underwater here further and really figure out how deep this thing goes. It was at least down to 42 there for a while. I'm guessing it's down to like 20 maybe. That's how deep it goes. I don't have the tape measure or anything like that, so I can't measure it exactly. But 20 probably is 20 might be a little bit much. Maybe let's say 25, maybe 30. So that's pretty much how deep we have to work with. So our current height is 64. That's the height for sea level. So or 62. What? I heard a creeper dying. Must have been dying under. Oh, there he was. He was underwater there. All right, so let's head back to the base now. Got sunset falling on us. I think this might be the good spot to start our base though. Let's head back to that other spot I was just at. Or there's another one over here. All right, so let's mark this as our future Sealab location, I think. Okay, let's mark it as a Sealab. And let's make the a very blue marker. Yeah, all right, cool. So we have an Sealab right here. This is gonna be ground zero for our very first building for our Sealab. We're gonna be pretty far away from our spawn. Well, not our spawn, but like our house right now. Oh, there's another node out here. That's good for our purposes as well. With the speedboat, trekking back and forth won't be that difficult, but it will be a little bit of a hike. So, as is the one downfall. There's a mountain over here. Looks like this might be approaching our island. Is this part of our island? No, it's still loading. It can't be part of our island. Turn here a little bit. Let's race alongside it. It looks like the same kind of biome as we're used to. Oh, there's our house. Yeah, there it is. All right, I was gonna say this looks very familiar. It's really not that far by speedboat, but that's pretty much where we're gonna be building things. And we'll start building that very soon. I think next thing we need to do is figure out a way to what we want to do. Let's take our speedboat out. And it's kind of nice. It doesn't break. You can reuse it. Sticks in our inventory. We can make a nice like dock or something over here. That'd be pretty cool. Let's take a snooze now, and then we'll wake up and see what else we want to do today. All right, so now we have an area picked out for ourselves as far as where we're going to be building this thing. We still need to figure out how deep it is. So we need to build some underwater stuff. I'm thinking like a diving air supply possibly. And this is the cheap way of going about it. This is like the tier 1 version of the equipment. There is a tier 2 version of the equipment which requires much higher materials, but I don't know if we're quite there yet. So let's think what we can do here. We can use some rotten flesh, and using some quicklime, turn this into leather. Do I have any quicklime left? There it is, one left only. So we need to make some more of that up. Let's grab some calcite, wherever that might be, calcite crystals. And I think if we just, uses for this, let's see. If we just put this in a smelter, it'll cook up. So let's put this in the redstone furnace here. Let's put all of it in there. This quicklime is pretty amazing stuff, because you can just drop it in here, drop this in here, and it actually like tans the leather, tans the monster flesh into leather for yourself. So it's a good replacement for cows. It helps you maybe get more books and that kind of thing too. So that's very, very helpful. It's a cheaper way of getting books, and you can actually make paper with it, so you can have books much easier than you could. It requires some mining, obviously, but that's not too much of a problem for us at this point. What else we're gonna need? We're gonna need a let's take a look at Mariculture here. Let's see. We need a diving suit and a diving helmet. So a diving suit is let's take a look at that. Other things we'll need are a diving suit and a diving helmet and a diving air supply. So let's take a look here. We need leather for all of this stuff basically. And copper ingots and glass, which we already have. And diving boots are just iron and leather. So we just need a lot of leather, so we'll use that cooked up calcite and the quick lime. And assuming that this is all getting cooked up, our ore chest is full. That's a nice problem to have, actually. We can actually turn some of the stuff into blocks in a minute, and then we'll have more room in here. I already did that with some of the iron, so we have tons of iron now. So let's take this, and let's actually make a ton of leather with this. We could use this monster flesh into monster jerky, but we can get by on just bread for the time being. So we need, let's see, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the air supply. Or 4 for the air supply. We need 2 for that. So 1, 2 for that. We need 6, 7 for that. Okay, so I already made. We need 4. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this. So that's 7. 4 for the hose. 2 for the feet, and the diving helmet's using copper. So, which we have in here, correct? Oh yeah, we got plenty. Okay, so let's drop all that in there. We got some quick lime left over. Let's grab that back out and throw this into the chest because it's very valuable. Don't have to go searching for more of that just yet. Okay, so let's make our hoses and stuff. Diving suit. Diving air supply. And we need diving boots. And then we also need the helmet, which is copper and glass. And I have some glass left in here. Oh, we got a book. How to dive. Nice. Let's take a look at this book here quick and see what it says. Oh my, lots of words. All right, so this book is gonna be super valuable to us. But basically what it's saying is that we need to build an air pump, and then we'll need to be within range of it to use our air supply right now. There is a second tier of things called a scuba gear, and that will require much more advanced materials, but it will provide us tanks so we don't have to have an air pump near us. Now what it's going to do, it's going to require RF, and we're going to have to make this air pump. Where is that called? Where is that thing? Let's see here. Air pump. What is this going to take? Air pump. Air pump. Now this requires glass, iron wheels, piston, and redstone. That's not too expensive. Okay, so let's make everything we need for that quick. I don't have any pistons left over still, so we'll need to make this very quickly here. All right, so I think we've gathered everything we need to make this this air pump here. We need to make some iron wheels, which we need 2 of. Well, that's going to be plenty. Makes 3 at a time now. I wonder if they changed the recipe for that, the factory. Oh, we'll have to take a look at that too. Maybe we'll look at this and see if there's something new with our water tower that we were doing wrong before. I didn't know they included books in the game now, so that's kind of cool. That it pops up just like kind of Tinker's Construct does. Okay, so we need to build one of these, and then we need to build the air pump. We're missing something still. We need more wood. Oh, geez. Of all the things, always wood. All I need is 2 more pieces. All right, so let's build this air pump, and then we'll need to build one other thing before we get going here. All right, so I mentioned we'll need one other thing before we get going here, and that's going to be called what's called an angel block. And this is a thing from Extra Utilities, I believe. Let's just type that in here quick and make sure we have the recipe right. Angel block. Yes, feathers, obsidian, and a gold ingot, which we have plenty of now. We'll drop one of those in here, and then we can make an angel block. And what an angel block does is lets you basically place a block in the world without it touching anything. So you just click it, and it puts a block right in front of you. And you can break it pretty easily with your hand. Or a pickaxe. There you go, just one hit from a pickaxe, basically. And you can put it anywhere in front of you, basically. So it's gonna help us when we're trying to get out there in the middle of water and need to make a little stop for ourselves to set up our air pump. So I grabbed some wood for ourselves, I grabbed the boat. I'm gonna leave back the rest of the stuff I don't necessarily need, like this redstone. So I'll grab our redstone energy cell, and then we'll head out to the water here. It's a bright and shining new day here. I think we have everything we need now to head out to the water and see how deep this water goes. We can start planning out our Sealab in full. What I want is probably like a 300 by 300 area to build. It's gonna be a city. It's not gonna be necessarily just a single building, but it's gonna start as with just a single building, and then we'll build off from there. So let's get ourselves out there, and we need, oh, you know what we forgot? We forgot some material to build a platform with. So let's cut down some dirt here or something just to build a platform. Or you know what, even better, we can make a platform out of wood here. Let's use the cherry wood from our home. Oh, get out of my face, you bastard. Now, one thing about these hammers is it's really great for taking out skeletons and zombies. Undead creatures have a weakness of the hammer, I guess. It's has a smite enchantment on it almost. So let's grab some wood for ourselves. Let's just grab, let's say 32. That should be plenty. just to have a little base of operations out there in the middle of the water. It's probably not gonna be a permanent thing. We're not gonna have like anything above ground. My goal is to have nothing above ground on this thing. It'll all be underwater, floating below the surface, unbeknownst to passersby and ships sailing overhead. So let's get back out to our Sealab area here. It's not too far, actually. I could probably take this Sealab out further, or maybe this will be like one corner of it. And then we'll have I don't know. I think probably like 300 by 300 area might be good. I don't know exactly how big I want it. I think I'll shoot for that though. Plan around a 300 by 300 area and have multiple buildings of different style and shape, all kind of fitting the same aesthetic, but they're gonna be different sizes and different shapes, I think. And we'll have all different kinds of things underneath there. It's gonna be pretty great. So, 40 meters to go. Start the slowing down now. All right, so top out, and hopefully our ship doesn't fly away here. Oh, it didn't. Okay, so this angel block is gonna be super awesome because before we would have had to build a path all the way down from the bottom up to the top here. Now that we have this angel block, we can just build right to that, and then we have air supply for ourselves. I have a pathway up here, and that's simple enough for me. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to have the all this stuff equipped. So we need to equip all this: the diving suit, the air supply, the helmet, and the diving boots. And so now you can see actually I can move a little bit faster through water now. I move as fast as if I was on land, basically. I don't sink any faster, I don't think. But yeah, this stuff isn't very durable. I've seen, so that's something we have to be aware of. We can't really keep it on as armor all the time, but we look like we're someone that belongs in the Sealab right now. So let's click this down, and if we click it going, I don't think it has enough RF to work for us. Let's just take a test drive here. I think it needs RF to be supplied. It's not gonna just go for ourselves. Let's just double check here quick. I don't have anything to eat, do I? Oh, I don't know if I do. Let's just take a little bit of damage if necessary. Okay, it doesn't look like it's gonna work. I don't want to take any damage. I'm a little scared of it. Okay, it doesn't look like it's rotating anymore. So we need to supply it with RF. This should work though. We plop this down and then this down. And then I may have this, make sure it's set to go. Make sure it's set to output. That's what we need. We need to set this side to output. And it's full of RF. And it's going to start going. And now, when we go underwater here, our bubbles are going to decrease. Oh, and as soon as they decrease... No, let's wait. Let's wait and see. Oh, there it popped back up. I didn't even go up near the surface. So, okay, so now we can get an accurate measure of how deep this thing really is. Let's eat some bread here quick. Replenish ourselves, just in case. All right, so let's hit F3. I wish I really had that measuring tape, but that's okay. We can use F3. So we're at a Y level of 64 right now, and we're heading down. Actually, we don't need F3. We have the map on the right-hand side there, so we can just use that. So, see how deep this thing goes. At some point, it's probably going to stop providing us oxygen, but at least we can get somewhat deep here. Oh, that's still replenishing us of the oxygen. Let's see if we get all the way down here. That'd be amazing. Oh my god, we can get all the way down here. So, we're at the bottom of the world, and it's still replenishing our oxygen, and we can walk around, and I believe we can even mine underneath here. And it's the same speed as normal. It's the same speed as normal because we have the diving suit on that provides that ability. So as long as we have RF, we don't have to worry about the air down here. Now that's pretty impressive. So now we can start planning out our, oh, we got an undersea beehive here. Water hive, nice. Clay, nice. Okay, so we're at a Y of 25. That's the deepest it goes here, but sometimes it's got peaks of, oh, like, what is this, 30? So we gotta plan out leveling these out, or maybe working around them. Oh, we got a clam over here. What is this? Nope, they don't have anything in them. That's kind of cool. Anyways, I don't want to get too far from my oxygen, because it's probably gonna stop providing me power here eventually. But this kind of gives you an idea of what we're gonna be doing in the future. I can see a little bit better with the scuba mask down here too. It's kind of nice. Anyways, we're gonna have this is the diving suit. We're gonna have to build a scuba suit here eventually. Let's see what this one has, if it's a pearl in it or not. Oysters have pearls? No, they don't. Well, one of them will. Anyways, that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. I think this is all I really wanted to get done. What's this? Salt ore? Okay. So we need to figure out how big an area we want to build a Sealab in. I'm thinking 300 by 300, maybe 400 by 400. I haven't decided quite yet. I'm gonna start doing some plans for the buildings and how I want the city laid out. And then we'll work on making some better stuff to keep us under here even longer. Right now we're subject to the diving up there, but honestly this is pretty nice, and we can make buildings that are going to be like, I don't know, 20, 30 tall. That'll be pretty good. That'll be a good start. I mean, they're not going to be gigantic buildings necessarily. It won't be skyscrapers underwater like Rapture, but it'll be good enough for our purposes, I think. And yeah, so, but that's the main thing I wanted to cover today, is just seeing how big our area is going to be underneath the water there. So I've been Modi. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back next time for more Survival Sealab. Have a good night.